I've got some great ideas for some last minute EDC gifts for that special person in your life. I've got them in 5 categories, so we're going to start with a pouch, then there's a flashlight. Next we'll look at some toolkits, we'll look at some multi-tools and a knife. So all of these will be some budget items, most of which you can get on Amazon, so you can get them pretty quickly if it's a last minute idea. And then as well, I'll throw in a couple of bonus items just to give you some ideas for that special person in your life who likes EDC. So the first pouch I'd like to show you is from Viperade. It's the VE10. And this is a zip-up pouch. It's a decent size and you can fit loads of things in there. So for instance, you could fit a flashlight in, Knipex pliers, a mini toolkit, and still have room for a pen as well. It zips up, so if it is in your pocket, it's not going to snag on anything, but it's really easy to get to the tools that you want. So that is the Viperade VE10. Next, let's have a look at the Knipex pouch. So this is one that fits on a belt. It's the perfect size for your Knipex XS Cobras, but as well, you can fit in some other tools and a pen and still have room for a flashlight as well. So it's a nice size and it fits on your belt. That's the Knipex pouch. And then the third pouch is more of a pocket organizer. Now this one is called from Drio, and it's got room for a knife, a pen, and a flashlight. So the pen is the Expands from Zebra. So the thing I like about this is it opens up into a full-size pen. It's a little bit heavy, but if you like something that has a decent weight to it, that's the one to get. We'll look at the flashlight a bit later, and the same for this victorinox as well. So, but this is a pocket organizer from Drio. Next, for flashlights, I've got 3 examples here and 1 sort of bonus. The first one is this. This is the Olight i3E EOS. It's perfect for going on your keychain. You can see mine's battered because I carry this with me all the time. So it's an excellent flashlight to have. It just takes 1 AAA battery. Then another one that takes a AAA battery is this. This is the Lumintop EDC01. It's another twist to operate. The benefit of this is it has 2 light levels, which I think is really good for the cost of this. Also, this could go on your keychain or attached to something else. So great little sized flashlights. Going slightly bigger, here we have the Olight i3T EOS. Hopefully you can see this. The nice thing about this is it also takes a AAA battery. It has this great double pocket clip. So as well as it fitting on a pocket or something else, you can also clip it to your hat so you can use it as a head torch, and it has a push to operate button at the end. So those are my 3 great mini flashlights, all pretty well priced. I'll put the links to these in the description so you can find them easily on Amazon. And then I've just got one other one here. And again, this was well priced. It came on Amazon. It's an Everbeam. What I liked about this is that it's a head torch. It works really well. It has some great modes. And there is one sensor mode as well. So you can switch it on and off just by using your hands. It also has a bright mode, a flashing mode, and then a red mode as well. So that's the Everbeam, and it comes in this great zip pouch to keep it safe as well. Under toolkits, I've just got two to show you. So the first is this Victorinox toolkit. So it's a bit wrench and it comes with 6 bits. So I've added in a couple of other bits to make it more useful and to fill the whole thing. The great thing about this is you get an L-shaped wrench with a 1/4 inch socket at either end. There's no ratchet, it's just nice and simple, but you can have a longer reach or more torque. These fit in really comfortably and it's not too heavy as well. So it's Victorinox, so it's well made. That's the first one. The second one you might have seen from one of my other videos. In fact, it appears in a couple. This is the Ratchet Rocket Light DX. So this is from TOOLKIT. And you get a great little ratchet. You get a number of 1/4 inch bits as well as an extender. And you also get 2 tire levers as well. So this is really designed for cyclists in mind, but it is so useful. I use this all the time. It's great for IKEA furniture because the hex wrenches here work well in tight spots, and they're so much better than the one that you get with the IKEA furniture. So that's the Ratchet Rocket Light DX. So those are the 2 toolkits. I just wanted to add in a couple of tools that are great stocking fillers. This one is the Stanley 4-in-1 and it's super cheap. It's just a few dollars or pounds and you get 2 interchangeable bits, double-sided at each end. So this is perfect. I've got a video on this as well if you check out my playlist, but it's super cheap, a great stocking filler and ideal for either a guy or a girl in your life that likes DIY. And lastly, how could I have something on tools and toolkits without having the great Knipex pliers? So these are super useful. They grip and work well above their size would make you think they can work. So they can operate at really wide mouth. They grip super well and I've used these a lot. So easy to carry, fit in a small pouch or pocket. You could even add it to the toe peak as well, as I think I've done before. That's all I've got for toolkits and tools. I'll put a link to the Amazon site if you want to look at these more closely. Couldn't have a section on toolkits without including a Leatherman. I know that the Leatherman rebar is not the newest Leatherman. There are some new ones, but they're really expensive. But I think the Leatherman rebar is really good value. Because of all of these tools, because it's got a knife, it's got pliers and cutters, it's got a saw, it's got a good Phillips, it's got a can opener, it's got a couple of flatheads, it's got an awl, and it's got a file. The next multi-tool I have is the Milwaukee Fastback 6-in-1. So as well as having the great Milwaukee action, I'm rubbish at this, but let's have another go. There we go. So it has the quick change blade, so you can, at a press of a button, you can take the blade out, swap it over, put it back in. I did a really bad job of showing that, and it has blade storage for one blade. But what makes it a multi-tool is this excellent bit. And the great thing about it is that it has a liner lock on here. So it's it won't close on you. It's got a flathead and a Phillips, and you can use any 1/4 inch bit in here. It doesn't have a magnet, but it does have a retention system, which is quite good. So I think this makes for an excellent multi-tool. And of course, as with most multi-tools, it has the compulsory cap lifter, and this one works really well. So that's a Milwaukee Fastback 6-in-1. Then, of course, I couldn't have multi-tools without having some Swiss Army knives. Now, I have a few of these, but I just thought I'd share 4 of them with you just to give you a flavour. I honestly believe there is a Victorinox Swiss Army knife out there for everyone. It's just finding the right one that suits you. The first one here is the Huntsman, so it's quite a chunky one. What's great is that it has two size knives. It has an excellent saw, and if you watch one of my videos about this, you'll see that this cuts through wood really well. A lot better than you would expect for such a small saw. It has a pair of scissors as well, and like all Victorinox scissors, these cut super well. It has the usual tools with a cap lifter, bottomer opener, a couple of flatheads as well. It has a corkscrew. Now, many people think they don't have a use for a corkscrew, but if you watch some of the videos, these can be used for a lot of things, including untying knots, carrying bits of wood. So check out some of the videos. Why not try Felix Imler's channel? He's great for that. There's the hook as well, which has less uses maybe, and then it has a decent awl as well. So that is an excellent multi-tool, plus tweezers and toothpick as well. So that's the Huntsman. Next, I've got the Pioneer X Alox. Now, this is one of my favorite ones because it has such an excellent awl, okay? It's an inline awl and it works really well. Super sharp, great for making holes, great for opening packages. It has a hefty main blade as well. And if you see that, that's thicker than the standard blades. It has an excellent pair of scissors. If I can open these up, the same large scissors. And it also has the usual can opener with a small flat head and cap lifter with a big flat head. No back tools, no scale tools, but a nice size chunky Swiss Army knife that you can really put to work. Then we have the slimmest multi-tool here. This is the Bantam Alox, and this is a real marvel. It just has a main blade, which is super sharp, a decent size, great size for fruit or cutting anything. And then it has a combination tool as well. And this has a flat head and a can opener and a cap lifter and a wire bender. And the can opener works really well. You can see it on one of my videos. But this is, I would say, the slimmest multi-tool ever. You can put it in your wallet. You would hardly know it if you had it in your pocket. So that's the Bantam Alox. And finally, I couldn't talk about multi-tools without mentioning my Midnight Manager. Now, I got this several months ago. You can see it's really dusty looking because it lives in my fifth pocket all the time. I never go anywhere without it. It has a great combination tool here with a super Phillips screwdriver. It looks small, but it can cope with quite large Phillips heads. It's magnetic as well. It's got a cap lifter, wire bender, and a super sharp little knife, which I keep sharp by regular stropping. On the other side, it's got some tiny scissors, but again, these are super sharp. And then finally, on the main tools, it's got a nail file and a small flathead. It doesn't have the usual scale tools because on this one, there's a pen and also there's a light. And the great thing about this is that you can actually write in the dark using this. So a super tool. I literally use this every day. I can't recommend it strongly enough. So these are a good range of multi-tools, and typically these are ranging from $20-something, maybe a little bit less for the Milwaukee Fastback if you can find it on offer, up to about 70 plus for the Leatherman rebar. So a great range of multi-tools at different prices. Now comes a knife, and this was the hardest thing. I've tried to be really strict with myself, and I'm just going to put forward a choice of 3, what I would call budget knives, okay? And so these are great stocking fillers because none of them cost that much. I think the most expensive is about $20. So the first one I've got is the Boca Atlas Black. This is one I've used a lot My son, who's an electrician, used it a lot before we swapped it. And it's a great knife. It holds an edge really well. It's easy to sharpen, and it has 12C27. So the Boca Atlas, a simple slip joint, but a super knife. So that's the first one. The second one is the Imperial Sodbuster. Now this is the smaller one. They do a larger one as well. I picked this one because it's UK legal. The larger one is just a little bit over 3 inches, so I wouldn't be able to carry it. Now this one cost me just under £10. You can get it for just under $10. And for a single blade knife, it fits well in the hand. It's got a nice grind. Again, the blade keeps a decent edge, but it is so easy to sharpen. I can't recommend this highly enough. Okay, so that's the Imperial. And then the third one is a Mora. Now these are super cheap. They have such a sharp edge, and this is one of the stainless ones. The stainless ones aren't quite so good for bushcraft because they've got a rounded back edge there. You can file them to make them sharper if you want to use them with a ferrous rod to make sparks. But otherwise, they're super sharp. They're pretty strong. They have a super grippy handle as well. You would better break them, but you know, you could use these for some basic batoning. Not full tang, but super strong, and it comes in a super sheath as well. So these are a great price. I'll put a link to them on Amazon. If not one of the Mora knives, there's some very similar Halter Force ones as well. So I'll put a link to those. So those are my 3 budget stocking full of knives. Lastly, some bonus items. So I started off with one, and then in the course of sorting things out for this video, I came across some other things that I thought would be great to mention here as well. So for everyday carry, one of the great things is to make fire. If you've got an old Zippo, you can reinvigorate it with one of these inserts. There are a few different versions of these, and I don't know if you can see this. So it's a butane refill, and the benefit of this is that it doesn't lose the butane over time. It's easy to fill up with one of the cans of butane. So that's a great thing. If somebody's into Zippos, even just a battered old one like this, it's a great way to update them. So, and normally you can get these for under $20. The second bonus item is something that I forgot when I was going through the multi-tool section, and this is the Gerber shard. So this normally lives on my keyring. What's great is that it's flight safe, TSA approved. And so even if you can't take a knife or other multi-tool, you have a Phillips screwdriver, 2 flat heads, a cap lifter, and a pry bar or nail lifter. All of that in such a small pack is great. So that's the Gerber shard. And then I thought 2 other things which are reasonably cheap. First of all, there's the Falk Niven DC3 and sharpening system. So you've got a diamond sharpener and ceramic, as well with the leather case. You can put some stropping compound on, so you get the perfect field sharpener there. So that's not too expensive. So, and you can find those on Amazon as well. And then the last thing is one of my favorite sharpeners, and this has been my most popular video for a long time. So I've had a lot of views on that, but please check it out. This is the Victorinox dual knife sharpener. And what's great about this is it has both a ceramic end and a pull-through sharpener. I tend not to use the pull-through much because it's a bit harsh on the blades. So I tend to use the ceramic, and this works super well. Check out a couple of my videos on this, but it's great. It's a small size. It fits in anybody's bag. And not too expensive. So that's under about $15, I think, or £15. Check it out. I hope you found this useful. So as well as these bonus items, I hope you liked the other key parts of EDC. So whether it was a pouch or a multi-tool or a toolkit or a flashlight or one of the knives, I hope one of these will be useful for you. Please leave a comment if you thought I left something out that was both budget and a great stocking filler. I'd love to hear about those.
If you haven't already, why not subscribe? It really helps me to know that I'm making the right sort of content. I've got loads more already. Why not check out this video or this playlist? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.